Hey Ian, I am here at my favorite nature center, a place that I haven't been in 20 some years. And I'm about to go walk this old trail that I used to walk back in the day. And I think I'm going to talk to you today about healing. I used to come here back in my mid-20s and walk these trails as often as I possibly could because being out here in the woods and in nature has always been really healing for me. And whenever I've had something I've needed to heal from, well, this is where I came. Now, I haven't been out in nature much lately, I think probably because I didn't really make it a priority. But what has been a priority for me has been healing. As you know, as everybody knows, went through a thing, was a thing, it's a bad thing, but I got through it. And I've only recently realized that one of the secrets for me of getting through it was videos. I got a selfie stick. Now, when I say videos, I don't mean cat videos, although actually, yeah, I guess a little bit. Cat videos were definitely part of it during the worst days. Some days that was the only thing I could actually engage with. But no, it was making videos like these. It started when my therapist told me that I had to do affirmations. You know, this kind of I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me, Stuart Smalley bullshit, which I have absolutely no interest in doing. She was like, you need to look at yourself in the mirror every day and say these things to yourself. And I was like, well, what do I say? And she said, I don't know, you figure it out. You know what you need to say to you. She was a really good therapist. Nothing I could do about the hair. Hair's always going to be a thing, always. So week after week after week after week, I would go into therapy and she would be like, oh, did you do your affirmations? Did you do the homework I assigned you? And I would say, no, I didn't, because it's stupid. No way am I going to sit here and look in a mirror and tell myself that I'm good enough. It feels too weird and I'm not going to do it. So she kept asking me to do it. She had the patience of a saint. I think it's something that comes with being a therapist, dealing with people like me. And eventually I figured out a way to do it. I was going to make videos. So every day I would sit in my car at work before I went in and I would do this affirmation. I would do it at my desk, in my office. I would do it pretty much everywhere. And in the end, I'd had a number of times that I'd said this thing to myself and I realized, surprising no one more than me, kind of worked. Now, what did I say in that video every day that I had memorized at the time? I remember it vaguely. Something about there being nothing wrong with me. Now, one of the things that I realized as I was editing this video, little bits and pieces of it, watching it over and over again into a compilation that I put together for my podcast, Big Strong Yes, is that it worked because it was me talking to me. And then I stopped doing it because I always stop doing the things that are good for me, hence not walking in the woods for 23 years. But if anybody wants to see it, I will have a link to it up here, or maybe up here. I don't know. Somewhere. But one of the things that happened is I would find myself watching those videos back over again, especially videos in which I was discussing things that were bothering me, vexing me, disturbing me. So when my therapist moved to another job opportunity and could no longer be my therapist, and I couldn't find anybody near as good as she was, I ended up finding myself making more and more of these videos and watching them back. And somehow listening to me talk about my life just did something. I don't know, but it worked in a really powerful way that I have only now, after 2 years of doing it, really discovered. One of the things that I noticed that I did in these videos is a thing that I do with pretty much everybody in my life who's important to me. I would end every conversation saying, I love you. Now, the thing about I love you is that most people, I think, try to hoard it. They don't try to say it that often because somehow then it loses its meaning. I actually believe very firmly the opposite. Words become charged with use. They become charged with energy and meaning and power. Now, there are two things that happen when you say I love you over and over and over again. And one of them is that it charges the word with that power and meaning. Another is that if you get hit by a truck, that is the last thing that the people you love heard you say. And to me, that's important. So the knock-on unexpected effect of all of that is that I was watching these videos in which I was looking at me with love because I was looking at the camera. I was thinking of them, right? And I was saying at the end of every video, I love you. Love you, bye. Mwah. I love you both. I love you guys. I'm gonna get a Starbucks. But I'm good. And I love you. I love you. This is 17 minutes of me just blah, 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 blah. All right. Love you. Love you. Bye. I love you both. I'm gonna get to work. I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye. I love you. I love you. I love you. Over and over and over again. Accidentally, I said that to me. Now, the thing is, I've always been a person that required other people to tell me what was good about me. I required other people to love me. And the thing that happens with that is that you end up becoming a bottomless pit. You need other people to reinforce and reaffirm your value. And it ends up creating somebody who is needy. Don't worry about me. It's nowhere near sunset. I'm gonna be fine. Now, over the last couple of years, I've done a lot of things to try to heal myself through this process. I have done a podcast all about it. I have read every word Brene Brown has written like twice. I've watched videos and I've gotten tarot cards and I've done everything. I've kissed all the healing frogs. And the whole time, without even trying, the one thing that was most healing for me, I love you, said to me, ended up being kind of the magic bullet. So what I've learned from that whole accidental experiment that I did is that self-love is the best fucking thing in the world. It doesn't mean narcissism. It doesn't mean selfishness, although, you know what, I think we should take back that fucking word. People need to be maybe just a little bit more selfish, at least the ones who are prone to kind of sacrifice everything, their happiness, their well-being for others. It's not a good way to go. But in the end, learning to love myself means that in my relationships now, I'm not a bottomless pit. I'm able to give a lot more because I protect myself and I protect my boundaries. And I know what love is. It's not what I thought, but it's a lot better. All right, I'm walking down a wood bridge over a swamp. I certainly hope that this turns out okay and I don't accidentally walk off of it while I'm recording. So anybody out there watching this may wonder, well, you know, how the hell do I do it? Well, here's what you do. The rules are few, they're simple, and it's fine. First thing is find a partner, somebody who you love. And also stop holding I love you back like it's some kind of Victorian lady's virtue. Just fucking say it. If you love somebody, tell them, whether you're in a video or not. So you take your partner, you do-si-do, you make a video. And it doesn't have to be a long one. Just simple, something, anything. You can tell them anything. It doesn't have to be talking about your problems. It doesn't have to be working through your therapy. It can be talking about anything, literally anything. But at the end of the video, you say, I love you. You look into the camera and you say, I love you. And the rest of it is you just watch it back. Watch all your videos back at least once, more if you can stomach it. Do that a couple of times a week if you can, for as long as you can. The one real benefit, the reason why I even started doing it in the first place, is it just kept me more connected to my friends who weren't nearby. But the knock-on effect, that I would look at these videos with me and at first I would cringe and I hated my voice and I hated my face and I hated my hair and I hated everything. Gradually, I learned to love that girl in the picture. I learned that she was pretty and she was funny and she was smart. And yeah, you know, she's fucked up in a lot of ways. But fucked up is not a barrier to love. Honestly, it's an access point. Here I am leaning against another tree because you know what? There's not a lot of variety in the like surroundings here, but it's so pretty though. I managed to pick the one part of the park that's close enough to civilization that you can hear a lawnmower. It's not a move. Now, I understand that I'm way more comfortable in front of the camera than your average bear, and some people, they might be able to do the affirmation in the bathroom mirror thing in a way that I couldn't. But I have noticed since I've had this realization, I've started kind of making my friends who struggle with self-love do the same thing. Send videos about anything. Doesn't have to be affirmation, doesn't have to be personal, doesn't have to be interesting, doesn't have to be anything. Just send a video where you're talking for a few minutes if you can, and then finish it with I love you. And those friends who hate being on camera, seeing the same thing happen with them, and it's a fucking miracle. Now, Ian, I'm making these videos as part of the Nerd Chipper series, so that means that I am talking to you specifically, and I would like to say for the record that this is neither a confirmation nor a denial of the fact that you may or may not need these videos. But if you do, my DMs are open. All right, Ian. See you in 2 weeks. Love you, man.